What's up, everybody? It's your girl Megan, SHOWUP fitness instructor. And for those of you that are tuning in for the first time, I also instruct our Nasm course for our online internship every Tuesday at 5 p.m. PST that comes with our study guide as well as weekly Zoom calls that have helped over 1,500 people pass. So if you're trying to pass that Nasm CPT, hit me up and I'll get you to do that. Now today I'm going to be going over some balanced training concepts that you're likely going to need to know if you want to pass that Nasm CPT. But first, before we do that, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And of course, you can follow me on Instagram at active, ACT7VE, as well as at SHOWUP Fitness and at SHOWUP Fitness Internship. Now let's get to it. Balanced training. As you guys all know, Nasm loves balance, challenging the core and stability. Most likely it's going to take place in the stabilization endurance phase, phase 1 of the OPT model. Some words that are associated with that are going to be proprioception, proprioceptively enriched environment, and neuromuscular efficiency. All that's going to deal with balancing and challenging your core, stabilization, phase 1 OPT model. Now when it comes to balanced training, there's ways that you can progress it. So we'd start off going easy, then we go to hard. We would go from simple to complex. We have static to dynamic, slow to fast, eyes open, eyes closed, and then you also have single task to multitask. Those are different ways that you can progress a balance exercise. You can also progress it using different types of equipment. So we have some over here, some of it we're gonna have to wing it because we don't have everything. But the most regress form of a balancing exercise you can do is just on the floor, standing on the floor alone. So just have a single leg balance. This would be the most regress balancing exercise. Next, we would progress to a balance beam. We do not have a balance beam. Just pretend like this is a little wood thing. It'd be a lot smaller than this, but your client would stand on it and they'd just bounce. So from the floor to balance beam, then we move on to half a foam roller. Once again, we don't have that, but if you were to cut this in half, place it on the ground, your client would stand on the little flat side and try and balance on one leg. So floor, balance beam, half foam roller. Then we go to a foam pad, something we do have here. So we just stand on it and balance. Simple. Next one we do not have again, but it would be a balance disc. Something like this ball, at least the material, it'd be a lot wider and flat, but it'd be squishy. So your client would just stand on it and balance there. Next one we do not have at all. It's called a wobble board. If you guys have ever been to a rehab facility for any injuries, they have them there. They go like kind of side to side, so they can be like tilted back and forth. Now the most progressed piece of balancing equipment that Nasm loves to use is going to be the Bozu ball. So the Bozu ball, you just come here, your client would try and balance, if I can balance. So those are the different types of balancing equipment that you can use. Obviously, like I said, we would work our way from the bottom up, most regress to progress, from the floor all the way to the Bozu ball. Now you're also going to get questions about how can you progress an exercise. So there's also 3 different levels of balance training. You have balance stabilization, balance strength, and balance power. So simple balance stabilization is going to be when that balancing leg has little to no movement in it. So a balance stabilization exercise would be simply balance, just balance, single leg balance, or single leg balance and reach. So just going here, back, side, little movement or no movement in this balancing leg. If I were to progress into a balance strength exercise, now I'm entering full range of motion in this balancing leg. So the most common one here you can see is a single leg squat. So I'm coming here, squatting, coming down. Single leg squat, there's a lot of range of motion in here. No longer is it not moving. So I have range of motion and then coming back up. Now the last one is going to be balance power. As you guys all know, Nasm loves their jumps and hops when it comes to the power phase or power level. So the most common one you can see is a multiplanar single leg hop to stabilization. Some of you guys get confused with multiplanar. Remember that there's 3 planes of motion. We have sagittal, the first one, it's going to be right here, flexion extension. We have frontal going right here, abduction, adduction, and then we have transverse, anything rotation. So when it says multiplanar, single leg hop to balance, it just means you can do a single leg hop to balance at any one of those planes. So right here, if I'm just doing in the sagittal, come here, bounce, bounce. If I want to go frontal, I'm going here, making sure I'm balancing on each one, and then transverse, I'll do one side because we'll just see, but if I were to come here, oh, nope, not doing that. If I were to come here, turn, turn. So I tore my ACL, so I wasn't sure about that one, just tried it out a little bit. But all this stuff that we went over, the balancing training concepts, you're going to need to know some of this in order to pass the Nasm CPT, but I don't recommend this for actually training your clients. A lot of this equipment is going to be great if they have injuries. So like myself, I tore my ACL. I'm going to rehab for it. I'm seeing a physical therapist for this. We as trainers should not be using this on our clients. We should refer out, or we should actually get connected with their physical therapist and see what they can do. Because as trainers, our goal is to try and strengthen our clients, get them stronger mentally, physically, emotionally, everything. We're not trying to rehabilitate them. So if you're actually trying to learn how to become a great personal trainer all around, I highly advise you to take our internship here in person in La Jolla. We also have Santa Monica and West Hollywood. And guess what? We're coming soon to Austin. So Texas, watch out. You guys can see us in there. Now, if you cannot make it in person, no worries. We're also online. We've reached everywhere, everybody, everywhere in the world already. Germany, Italy, Spain, Ireland, Dubai. I mean, the list keeps on going on. I'm not sure where we're going to be next, but I know it's exciting. And of course, as you guys already know, seminars. So if you can't make it to us, don't worry, we'll come to you. We went to Austin, look at it now. We're going to open up a spot there. So if you guys want a show up where you're at, all you guys got to do is show up to the seminar. Next one is going to be, the next out-of-state seminar is going to be in Miami, September 17th to 18th. I'm going to be there. I hope to see you guys there. And remember, all you guys got to do is show up. It's your girl, Megan, out of here.